I don't know, man. I hate that J. Cole had to do it that way, man.
Really? My take is he's being true to himself.
If you're being true to yourself, then don't say nothing at all.
Right, but I think what happened was, I think you nailed it. He probably caved into people around him getting on him to respond. You read into this probably rightly. He wasn't all in it when he was doing it, and he's got like, okay, you know, whether he's speaking to Drake, whether he's speaking to Kendrick, whether he's speaking to both, whether he's looking in the mirror, he's just like, do I want this to be the defining part of my career? No, I don't.
You know, I take part in mentoring. I try to go every week. I don't get to make it every week, but I was there last week, and it's Men of Integrity. Shout out to Antoine. Antoine does a wonderful job, creating it and just being so, in tune with it every week. And he's running the program. We have all of these wonderful kids that come in there, and we work with them. And last week, we were talking about, if you're getting a physical altercation situation, whether you see two buddies that that are about to get into it, what should you do? And then if you are in a situation, what should you do when things are getting shaky, it's about to get physical, okay? A fight or a heated argument, okay? And Antoine is, giving all of these situations and scenarios and what you should do. You see two buddies.
Oh, kind of like improving with the kids.
Here's
what we have.
Yeah.
What should we do?
What should you
I
do?
like that. Good exercise.
Jump in and say, hey, it's not worth it. What are you guys fighting about? Talk about it. Jump in between. Separate the guys. If it's you, take a step back. Take a breather. If it's not you in the situation, another thing is you can go get an adult, whatever the case may be. Just going through these different situations, scenarios, and what you should do with each different scenario. And I'm in the back and I'm listening, and I'm just like, man, and he finishes up, and I'm just like, all of that is awesome and wonderful. But sometimes, and he didn't cover this part, and I wish he did.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to slap a motherfucker back, man. I understand the everything he's saying, and everything he's saying is correct and is right and whatever. But sometimes the right thing to do is to slap a motherfucker back. All right. Now, in this situation of today in hip hop, we have Drake, we have J. Cole, and we have Kendrick Lamar, all right? None of this is a physical altercation. None of this threatened to get there. None of this will get there. Nobody believes it will, and it's just not. This is not a Jeezy Gucci Man. This is not a, Jada Kiss and Beans. This is none of Tupac, Biggie. This is none of that, okay? These are just guys who can rap really well, who all say that they're number one and the best. And each one of them has problems with the other guy saying that they're number one, they're the best, okay? And then you have Kendrick Lamar, who has been throwing shots at Drake for a few years now. They've been throwing shots at each other subliminally. And if you're in hip hop, and if you catch the bars when it happens, and you're like, oh, he's talking about Drake. Oh, and Drake's talking about Kendrick right here. And so this time Kendrick was just a little more direct with it, so he still didn't say Drake's name, but you knew exactly who he was talking about and what he was talking about, and that's what made it so big at the time, because nothing was happening in rap, and this is the first time he was much more direct. And then J. Cole caught some heat, okay, caught a couple strays. J. Cole felt at the time that he needed to say something, and as he said at the Dream Fest or what have you, at his festival, that he felt like it was a lot of pressure on him from social media pressure to his homeboys to this and that. He felt like he needed to put something down, needed to say something back. Then he comes back and he disses Kendrick. And what's funny is, as soon as he dropped it, I went on Facebook. I said, man, it's he did well, he did good, but you could just tell J. Cole's not that type of person, man. You could tell he didn't want to diss Kendrick. He's just too nice of a guy. And he just is, and I'm a J. Cole fan. He has an album that I believe is one of the best albums of all time. And so you get in that situation there, and then he apologizes. like a couple of days later. And that just kind of like breaks the internet. And even though if you kind of just, I don't know if I saw it coming, but I knew he was going to back down sooner or later. And what happens is a couple of things. Number one, J. Cole can no longer say he's number one. He's the best. All right, because you come out, you apologize. That's just not the right smart move to do. Okay, you gotta let this shit just go and see what Kendrick does in a reply. It just makes it seems like you're afraid. Like, you know what I mean? This was a time that you should have slapped them back, and what you did, and you should have just let it stay. Everybody knows you're cool, you're friends, but he wasn't a friend when he slapped you across the head. You know what I mean? I understand you're friends, but he slapped you across the head first. You know, you was minding your own business, okay? So when he does that, now, other rumors are coming that are saying that J. Cole messaged Kendrick, and the vibe is that Kendrick told him, do what you do, but I'm going to come back for your head. So some people said J. Cole wanted to get out of the way of that. Another one is maybe he spoke with Drake, and Drake told him, like, I got something crazy coming. And I think J. Cole was only in it for the sport if he was going to be in it. And then he said, okay, if Drake is going to do this, and I know what Kendrick's going to do, I know I'm not going there. This is as far as I'm willing to go on this bus stop. I'm going to just hop out right here. Back in the day when you're on the bus and used to ring the bell, you know what I mean? You don't know where the stop is at. You just know I need to get off right here. That's what J. Cole was doing, and that's a theory that works pretty decent, because what I do know, say whatever you will about Drake, say whatever you will, but he's about that action. Okay, he hasn't let much slide. He has engaged with several guys who can really go. He got Common up out of here. He got Joe Budden up out of here. He got Meek Mill up out of here. He will engage. He will go as far. And a lot of people will say he lost to Pusha T, because Pusha T, a lot of guys will say that women gossip, but they hate that women gossip. But guys gossip more than anything. And I think they love the fact that
more than women.
Yeah.
Real?
Oh yeah. And that's why they love the fact that Pusha T, gossiped and said, hey, Drake got a baby, and he didn't tell y'all. And then everybody was like, oh, Drake got a baby. And then they say Drake lost the battle. But even if that's the case, and if you want to give Drake that L, he's still engaged. He still diss Pusha. He still put out, you know what I mean, and let it stand. He didn't come out and apologize. All right. And what I do know is Drake does have something. And Joe Budden says he has on good account here that both of those guys have something in the tuck. And this pushed Drake in such a great situation, because see, originally it's Kendrick versus J. Cole and Drake. So it gives Kendrick the upper hand, because he's like, I'm fighting both of these guys. I don't like either one of these guys. I'm going to talk about both of them. And you guys are clicking up and making songs together, and you're fighting me. And that put both of them at a disadvantage. But now that J. Cole bowed out and got out of the way, now Drake can flip the script and say, okay, now it's me versus Kendrick versus Future, Metro, Rick Ross, who, for the love of me, I don't understand why Rick Ross got involved and fucking unfollowed Drake on Instagram. That's why when we had Ray in here and Ray, another guy, was like, how do you not consider Rick Ross not a Florida GOAT? This is one of the reasons why, because he does dumb shit like this. You don't have to insert yourself all the way from fucking Miami, Florida in this shit here. This has nothing to do with you. And you have to publicly unfollow Drake? Come on, man. That's horror shit. Okay, that's just what that is. You're a whore of Babylon. Okay, and so now Drake can say, I'm 99% sure this is what Drake is going to do. He's going to come with this song. He's going to diss all of them. And I don't think he's going to bullshit around. A lot of times Drake comes in slow. He drops a little warm up here. I don't think he can do that, because J. Cole kind of already did that. That lane is already taken up. I think you have to go straight for it, and I think it's coming relatively soon. I think it's coming like this weekend. I think we're going to hear. I think it's going to fuck the internet up. So I want to get this clip out tomorrow, Chris, our editor, and I want to beat that wave.
Be on the ball. Can't be slow this week.
I think it's coming soon.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely see, man. I don't know. I think, everyone's saying, it's really good for hip hop, this and that. But
The battle or the bow
the,
out?
the battle.
Okay.
The battle itself. I mean, now of course, the bow out is terrible. It's awful, because it lends credence to, because a lot of people are saying, hip hop was founded upon competition in rap.
We got a comment. We got rap game needs this beef. It's been boring since COVID.
Yeah, that's Big Man. He said it's been boring since COVID.
Yeah,
man, and I don't know, man. I fucking hate that J. Cole had to do it that way, man.
Really? My take is he's being true to himself.
If you're being true to yourself, then don't say nothing at all.
Right, but I think what happened was, I think you nailed it. He probably caved into people around him getting on him to respond. You read into this probably rightly. He wasn't all in it when he was doing it, and he's got like, okay, whether he's speaking to Drake, whether he's speaking to Kendrick, whether he's speaking to both, whether he's looking in the mirror, he's just like, do I want this to be the defining part of my career? No, I don't. And he just doesn't. He to me, he's always been a guy that kind of operates outside the norm anyway. I think he's got his own way and lane of doing things, and I've always felt that about him. And I think that like he really felt on some level that just this was not a battle he wanted to be a part of. He didn't want this to basically define this period of his career, and he got out.
If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man.
I don't think he wants to be the man.
Well, that's what he's been saying the last 9 years.
But this is the moment of truth.
Yeah.
This is when you look in the mirror and you realize, I really
don't want it. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And you're being true to yourself if that's what the mirror's telling you.
And that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to respect him for it, but it just is what it is.
Yeah. Respect is such a strong word. I don't know. I'm still going to listen to J. Cole. Like I say, Forest Hill Drive is one of the best albums of all time to me. I'm not going to lose any fandom or not, it's not like I'm going to delete all this music out of my phone or anything. It's not that serious. I'm just saying I just expected more. I expected something different. But you made a good point as far as he has been that guy. He's more so on the Andre 3000 tree more than anything else, more than Biggie, Tupac, and all these other guys.
I like that.
He's more from the Andre 3000 tree of I'm just doing my thing over here. You guys say I'm the best, that's fine, but I'm doing my thing and I'm doing it the best of my ability. You know what I mean? Yo, what's going on, man? You're on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink. What's going on, Keith?
What up, man?
I know I'm giving you a call out of the blue.
We didn't catch you on the toilet, did we?
Nah, you good.
Good, okay.
Now, I what I know you to be is one of the biggest J. Cole fans on the planet. All right.
Oh Lord.
You're part of Cold World. So I just want, we don't got to spend a long time. I just want to know what's your overall take on this whole situation and what's going on. Are you disappointed?
It's weird because I am, but I'm not. Like, I'm not surprised, I would say.
You hear him good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised at all. But me being a fan of hip-hop, I did like the back and forth between two top lyricists. So, in that sense, I will say that I'm disappointed by J. Cole. But following him for a while now and seeing where he's been going, I'm not surprised by him saying what.
You're not surprised?
Nah.
Yeah. So you kind of saying the same thing I said. Like you knew this was in him. Because you kind of made me like J. Cole. I didn't really like J. Cole way back.
That's a fact. I do remember that.
And then Forest Hill Drive came, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's fucking serious. He's the real deal.
For sure.
But you kind of know like he's not really a battle type of guy. He's more, like I said earlier, he's kind of more in the Andre 3000 lane. He kind of wants to do it, but he can't. My point is, he can't keep saying I'm the best, and you can't fuck with me. That's like his number one thing he says. Like Lil Wayne talk about Coochie all the time. Like J. Cole, his thing is I'm the best, and and now you can't go back to that bag, can you?
Why not?
Why not? Because he's not.
But okay,
Kendrick
but,
just proved that.
but what about the perspective that, I mean, is Kendrick now the best, or do you still stand by Wayne?
Well, those are different eras. It's like, yeah, Wayne is like in the MJ, Larry Bird, even though he's still somewhat active. It's just a different. It's like for the young guys. It's like for this era. It's like who's the best. And yes, Kendrick will be regarded better than J. Cole now. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm still listen. Like I said, I'm still listening to J. Cole's music. I'm not gonna go and fucking delete all J. Cole's music now. But Kendrick is going to be considered better than J. Cole. Do you agree with that, Keith, as well? Not in your. I'm just talking about for the masses.
But I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like he's always been regarded as better than J. Cole.
Okay. So you're saying this?
I don't think that's changed at all. I mean, J. Cole had a run. He's been having a run where people are respecting him now.
Yeah.
But I don't think people have ever. Most of the masses, I don't think have ever said that J. Cole was better than Kendrick.
Yeah, I feel you. Last question here. You think Drake got something coming for Kendrick? Who you taking out of Drake and Kendrick in this battle if they do engage?
Drake, I think it's gonna kind of be like a Pusha T thing. I think Drake gonna have the songs where people gonna like the most, but I think Kendrick gonna have the bars that's gonna be better.
Okay.
And Drake gonna do petty stuff. Drake gonna do little petty stuff that's gonna make his stuff seem better regardless.
You talking
like
about
he might.
Yeah, memes and
he might tweet some stuff or might show up to Kendrick, whatever, and do something that's gonna just make people want to say that he killing Kendrick regardless.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
He's real meticulous like that. So yeah, I would probably say most people gonna say Drake gonna win, but as far as rapping goes, I think Kendrick gonna have him.
All right. Well, we'll give you a call back once we find out in a couple of weeks. All right.
Say less.
I appreciate you now.
Appreciate y'all, boy.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.